Commands and Colors Ancients. It's a classic by GMT Games, and we're here to look at the digital port of this game on Legendary Tactics. I've yet to try Commands and Colors Ancients, and there is no tutorial apparently, so we're just jumping right in with the campaign here. I'm going to do the first scenario, Bagradas, which is basically between the Syracusan tyrants and Carthage for control of Sicily. And we're going to give this a go. I'm going to play against the medium AI. And I'm somewhat familiar with the game system. It's been around a while. So, you know, it's not totally foreign to me, but yes, I'm not totally sure on the whole Ancients variant on this. Basically, yeah, each turn you play a command card from your hand to move, battle, do something else, and you basically get the battlefield divided up into sections. And so, you know, the sections can be basically ordered to do, any of the units in that section can be ordered to do whatever it is. So for example, in this example that they've given, order a group of foot units. The group must be adjacent linked. So it's, you know, and again, it's very, very similar to, you know, Memoir 44. If you've tried that, same system basically. This is actually kind of a very nice kind of, you know, looking. It's lots of animations. It's kind of a nice looking port, and I like the little palm trees. That's a nice touch. When you have a desert, there's whatever landmarks you can possibly give would be great. And that's actually, this is kind of a nice setup that way. So you can order your 3 units to the left, 4 units on the right, order medium troops, order heavy troops, issue an order to 3 units or leaders in the center section, and move, fire, move. So again, there is no tutorial. I have not played this before. But I'm going to assume that we're going to do a kind of a move, fire, move thing, I think. No, not that one. I meant this one. I have to say the animations are really, really nice. Okay, so now we've ordering units. So after playing the command card, we select which units receive the orders. And if they're on the dotted line, so that if they're split between, you know, 2 parts of the battlefield, either can be ordered. So you can use the flank or the center. And if a command issues more orders than a given section of the battlefield has units, then those additional orders are lost. So that's pretty straightforward. Very, again, very similar to Memoir 44. So I don't know exactly what I need to do here. But what I think I'm going to do is try and get as many arrows in the air as possible. I'm going to see if I can take out their archers right now as much as I possibly can. And just kind of get the, you know, the light infantry up in place to kind of be a screen is basically what I'm doing. And I'll keep the spear guys as defense against the cavalry. And I've got cavalry on both flanks, but only one set of spears. I'm assuming that's going to be the case, the benefit. So movements are made sequentially, 1 ordered unit at the time, in whatever sequence I like. And a unit that's ordered does not have to move, and you can move from one section of the battlefield into another, and then you have to keep an eye on terrain. So I'm going to move him. I just kind of want to screen my archers with the lighter infantry here, just to kind of, you know, basically just build up a bit of protection here. So I think we'll keep the light infantry going here. I'm going to move the spearmen up a little bit. I don't want to, I want to kind of, I've got the cavalry over here on the right, and I know those guys will be mobile, so I'm going to just keep them maybe for sweeping. Maybe we can sweep across and kind of put some more strength in the center and, you know, try and maybe take advantage of things there. See if we can break through there. The archers are going to tuck themselves in kind of a little bit more behind the light infantry here. And I don't know, I'm just going to kind of move him over here. And we'll see how effective this is. And then battle. So each eligible unit may battle normally once per turn. And they must satisfy line of sight, which is probably not an issue in the desert. And then you get different combat dice. So you get close combat or ranged. And the leader helmet scores a hit if the unit rolling is adjacent to a leader unit. The sword die is normally deadly in close combat situations, but can be ignored in others. The flag is a retreat, which can be defended against, and the shapes will score a hit against units with that symbol on it. So, yeah. So again, my whole goal here is to try and get arrows in the air here as best as possible. I don't know if I'm maybe too far out of range. We might be. So we might be just too far out of range as far as I can tell. It's a bit tough to tell here. I don't know actually what the range are on these units. It's let's see, 2 hexes. Okay, yeah, we're gonna wait until they get closer then, because yeah, there's not anything that we can worry about there. And then we can continue to move. So this is probably a good idea. Again, I'm just gonna consolidate my my troops here a little bit. Try and pull in a little bit. I know I'm kind of issuing nonsensical orders here. I get that, but I just still trying to figure out the mechanics of the game a little bit. So I'm just trying to maybe move my guys more towards the center and see what I can do. No battles as I can see. So end of turn. So they discard the command card and draw a new one. And now apparently I have learned enough to take command. Isn't that nice? So there's obviously you can read the manual, but who has time to read the manual? So he is going to advance on, or sorry, I got a advance 2 on the right. So that's fine because I'm kind of looking to neglect my right flank, kind of shore things up in the center a little bit. And so, all right. And he is going to play moving units in that section. So, oh, he's being more aggressive than I, that's for sure. I want to kind of get my, oh, he's shooting. Darn it. Okay, he got some hits. Jeez. Okay. That wasn't good. So we obviously need to be more aggressive here. So let's see. In the victory medals, be the first to achieve the scenario target in order to win. So there are a variety of objectives that can be completed. Defeating enemy units is often a good idea. And you can either control section of the battlefield or breaking a unit through to the enemy side of the board. So the turn counter displays the current turn and the amount of progress made by the leading player. So I'll see what else. Where's the turn counter here? Is it here? Yeah. All right. Okay, scores after 2 turns seems to be pretty negligible. I'm actually a little bit unclear as to the victory condition, but hey, killing troops is always a good idea. So, so I want to. I'm gonna hang back on my troops that are in the. Shoot, I need to move guys on my left. I need to get my archers up there so they can attack. I don't know how far I can move. Yeah, I'm going to move all three. Kind of a bit of, I mean, it's not intuitive, but it's a little bit weird in some ways. Okay, I can apparently shoot 3 hexes. I didn't think I could. All right, well, oh no, it's saying I can't. It's saying I can't shoot that far. So, yes, which jives with what I knew before. So I'm going to just move them then. And I'm going to move my heavy infantry up there to reinforce. And I wonder if I can... Just to protect the flank of my archers, I'm going to put my cavalry up there. And I think I can probably battle with this guy. Let's battle here. Hopefully we take him out. And how did we end up? Jeez, I don't think that was good. Shoot. Okay. I thought we'd only be vulnerable against the spearmen, but apparently not. Okay. All right, I guess we're done. Jeez, this isn't good. I don't know really what I've done wrong here. I thought cavalry against light infantry was a fairly straightforward kind of move, but apparently not. So this might be a short battle, which is fine. There's lots to learn. So he is going to absolutely start moving up and attacking probably my archers. We'll see. Evade. So when being attacked in close combat, the defender may choose to evade instead of staying and fighting in close combat. The attacking unit determines and rolls a proper number of close combat dice, but only the symbols that match the evading unit will score a hit. All other unit symbols and flags and swords and stuff are ignored. And if there's a leader that's attached, then the leader takes a hit, and there's only certain movement, only certain units can evade, and typically it's 2 spaces. 1 hex is possible, but only if it's the only possible hex. So saying to evade with my cavalry. All right, I'll do that. Probably going to take some hits here. Bolster Morale. Some situations allow a unit to disregard 1 or more flags rolled against it. So if more than one of the following situations applies, the effects are cumulative, and a unit in such a situation may ignore flags each time it's attacked. A unit disregards 1 flag when a leader is attached. Okay, if the unit loses 1 or more blocks, the leader must survive the leader casualty check in order for the unit to ignore 1 flag. And the unit may disregard 1 flag when supported by 2 friendly units, and they may be in any 2 hexes that are adjacent to the units. The leader counts as an adjacent support unit if it is alone in the hex. Some terrain allows blocking flags. Full strength warrior units may disregard 1 flanks, and elephants may act as a support unit but may not receive support. So, what is it asking me here? Okay, I'm just doing my evasion. And what's he up to? Oh, he's picking up his card. Jeez, okay. Well, I have to do my best to try and attack here. I'm going to order my 3 units left. I'm going to crush this light infantry here, I think. And I really want to see if I can get hits on... If I can possibly get to his archer, that would be amazing, but I don't think I can. So we're just going to hammer him. Oh, maybe they're too close. Shoot. Jeez. The limitations of this are really beginning to show. Okay, so I'm going to pull my archers back just a bit out of harm's way. And I will attack with my cavalry. I'm going to go right next door. And I'm going to try this attack again. I don't know if this is wise, but let's see. I just need to get a bit of luck here. Retreat actions. During combat, after all hits have been resolved and casualties removed, retreats are resolved. Each retreat flag rolled against a unit that cannot ignore it will require the unit to retreat 1 hex back towards its own side of the battlefield. 2 flags will push the unit back 2 hexes, etc. The player controlling the unit that is retreating decides which hex the unit retreats to, but they always have to retreat towards the controlling player's side. They can't retreat sideways, cannot retreat. When a unit cannot retreat because the path is blocked or there's bad terrain, then a hit is scored for each retreat hex of movement that cannot be completed. And when a unit cannot retreat because it is at its army baseline, 1 hit is scored on the unit for each retreat hex of movement that cannot be completed. So that's fairly standard for a lot of, kind of war games. You retreat, and if you can't, you take damage, which is kind of fairly standard war game stuff. Gain ground. After a successful close combat attack, then I can move up. In this situation, I must choose whether to stay put or advance. I am choosing to stay put. And I thought it said in the tutorial that I knew everything I needed to to play. Apparently not. So, yeah, I'm all good here. I don't think I can attack anywhere else. Oh, first strike. So, that... I don't know if that's useful. Didn't have much of a chance to read it. But I feel like I may have... I don't know if it was a good idea to kind of collapse everyone in the center, but I just figure it's better if everyone can support each other. If everyone's right close, it's going to be that much harder to, break through, especially if units can reinforce each other. Now, I guess you do have to leave space for units to... there go my cavalry. Darn it. But you do need to leave space for things to, to move up and move forward, move back, that kind of thing. But let's see what's going to go on next here. What's this first strike? After your opponent declares a close combat, you battle first. If the opponent's unit does not retreat, may then battle as originally ordered. So I guess you can potentially, force a retreat before the battle even gets underway. Kind of a first strike. Basically just like an ambush. Okay. I do not know. They seem very formidable at this point. I'm going to try this one. Who's under a leader's command? Okay, that's a star. And 4 adjacent linked hexes. Okay, that's not really useful then. I'm going to order 3 units in the center, which is where my guys are. And this can be a bit of a problem when you condense these guys together, because they are, unfortunately, they are necessarily constricted. If you have cards that only play to the left to the right or whatever, then the problem is that you end up with no all the cards in the world, no units to move. So I'm gonna move up here. We're gonna just go on the offensive and see what happens. So I'm gonna try and hit these guys. It'd be great if I could hit something. And then follow up with the battle here. Yeah, and looks like I didn't get much of anything, but they were forced to retreat, which is of marginal use to me. So I think I did some damage there, which is good. Didn't force the retreat though, and here they're gonna strike back at me, and they miss. So the interface for this is good. I feel like it would be very good if you knew the game well. If this was a game you'd played a lot, then I think this could be a really fun way to play. Probably, oh boy, leadership, any section. That's interesting. So leadership cards allow you to order a leader, any unit to which the leader is attached, plus a given number of units and adjacent linked hexes to move and or battle. Units in adjacent linked hexes may be in different sections of the battlefield as long as each is adjacent to at least one other ordered unit. So you can order a chain or wing of units to move and or battle in coordinated fashion. So that is good to know. My cavalry leader is way off to the side, but I have kind of a chain, a wing of these heavy troops here. I'm hoping that maybe, I don't know, maybe they can step up and start crushing. Now, I'm going to do my first strike, absolutely, because I want to make sure to try and fend these guys off as best I can. So when an ordered unit attacks in close combat and eliminates or forces the defending enemy unit to retreat, it has conducted a successful close combat. So you can advance. Obviously, we covered that before. And this is a momentum advance, where the unit's momentum after the successful close combat carries it into the vacated hex. The momentum advance after a successful close combat is not mandatory. However, if it is not taken, the victorious attacking unit forfeits the possible opportunity to make a bonus close combat, even if adjacent to other enemy units. So that's kind of interesting. So if you eliminate the enemy unit, you can potentially get a bonus close combat, which is kind of neat. So you kind of get some momentum. I've always heard very good things about this game. And I'm pleased to see there's a little bit of nuance to this. There's some strategic depth, so that's great to see. There are a number of situations when a leader casualty check will happen. So when there's an attached leader and the unit, when its leader is attached to a unit and the unit loses one or more blocks without being eliminated, there's a chance the leader may also be hit. So you roll 2 dice. To hit a leader, you need to roll 2 leader symbols. If it's eliminated, then the leader, when the unit's eliminated, then there's only the leader unit alone in the hex. Then the casualty check is made with 1 die, and only 1 leader symbol must be rolled to hit. Otherwise, if not hit, then can retreat 1, 2, or 3 hexes towards their side of the battlefield. I would imagine they would want to move 3 spaces, but. Anyway, all is well. We dodged that check, and they hit us for some casualties, unfortunately. And now they're gonna... Oh, jeez. Okay. I'm wondering about my heavy infantry. I'd like to get them... Oh, jeez. Like to get them kind of more involved here. He's doing exactly what I was looking to do initially, which was to kind of have a front line of the troops and have the archers, firing over top of their heads, and then the heavy infantry, the heavy troops, basically, they're there to, to mop up the mess and to kind of be that final reinforcements to crush the enemy. So I got to get this leader into play so we can start chaining some things together. And that's about as far as I'm willing to go. So that was not tremendously useful. Yeah, there's no battles that can be done. All right. Oh, interesting. So they're going to move a whole line of guys. And inspired left leaderships. This might be, I might be coming up to my my end here by the looks of it. This is not good. Jeez, he's dropping a lot. Clash of shields. So when a leader's attached to friendly units, it converts a leader symbol results into hits in close combat when attached or adjacent to friendly non-elephant unit in close combat. So that's good. No effect on ranged combat. It bolsters morale. Any unit to which a leader is attached may ignore 1 flag and allows any foot unit to which it is attack to make a bonus close combat attack after the momentum advance. So after that, you eliminate a unit and you move forward. You can, as long as you got a leader, you can keep on pushing and maybe do twice the damage. Jeez, look at all those die. Yeah, that's gonna hurt. That's probably my unit dead. Yep. Jeez. That isn't good. And maybe there'll be some momentum advance here. I'm gonna evade because I don't want to fight them. Jeez. Got a couple of them. Yeah, this is not working well. I don't know. I'm assuming this was a balanced scenario to start, but it doesn't feel very balanced. I'm getting absolutely trounced here. But hey, it's a learning game. I want you to see the digital port of this game, and also to follow along with the tutorial with me and learn from my mistakes. And I'm sure there'll be some maybe some more advanced players that'll be yelling at me later on the comments. But hey, we don't mind. I mean, let us know where we messed up. We're all good. We can take it. So, geez, what do I do? Maybe is it time to bring in the heavy troops? I wonder. Jeez. Okay, you know what? We'll bring in the heavy troops. I do not know if that's a good idea, but let's move them all. And let's get them all up there, because I want to put them between me, my archers. Oh, they don't move very fast. So, yes, they're very slow. But anyway, I just am trying to get them between my archers and the enemy. Well, we got a flag, and we did some damage. They have to retreat. Or maybe they... Oh, there they go. Takes a little while for them to think about it, obviously. And we'll move... do we want to move in there? No, I don't think so. I think we're done. Wow, that's not as... Oh, jeez. Ranged weapons go twice here. Yikes. Yep, this is, it'd be interesting to, to study the tactics. I'm going to do some reading at a certain point and kind of put together some ideas on how to do well in this scenario. Because I'm sure that the tactics, are going to be designed to basically follow what the tactics were back in the time, which is great. That's going to be really informative and learn a lot of great stuff about the way battles were conducted back then. All right, missed. Good. And oh, come on. Sheesh. Rolling one die and they're getting just what they need. Ha. And let's see here what they... Oh, jeez. Come on. Wow. Just flattened them. That's unbelievable. Yeah, I mean, he's probably had a fair bit of luck here, but anyway. Jeez. Okay, well, the battle's joined here. I'm going to see what I can do about moving a line of guys. Yes, so I'm going to move a bunch of guys. I guess that line, they're all selected. So he's going to go and see if he can bug those archers. Jeez, just at a range. It's so annoying. We're just gonna... It's all in the middle here, as far as I'm concerned. I can't attack there, can I? I need to be ranged, so I need to back up. Jeez, this is ridiculous. Actually, no. Sorry, I think I'm misreading this. It's just movement, and now it's the attack. So, I think I've got my bases covered. I'm gonna see what I can do about crushing these guys in the middle. I don't think I got any hits, which is ridiculous. They're retreating, which doesn't do a heck of a whole lot. See what we can do about these spearmen in the middle. Maybe got a couple of them, which is good. And they're retreating. Get out of here. I'm going to hit these guys while they're in range with my archers. Jeez. And missed. Can't do anything with that guy. Those guys seem kind of cut off. I'm hoping I can, maybe cut off their lines. It may not apply in the same way as a lot of other war games with supply lines and stuff, because it's just, it's a very tactical kind of thing. Ah, is that 2 hits? Jeez. Okay, my heavy infantry is getting crushed. Got 1 hit there, which is nice. Let's see what they get. Oh, is that? Yes, good. So what's that all about? They got another bonus hit, I guess, because they're leaders. Jeez, how do you get these guys? Got them to retreat. Just left the leader unit behind. Leader unattached. When an unattached leader is alone in a hex and is attacked by ranged combat or close combat, the attacking... Oh, I got a typo there. Unit rolls its normal number of battle dice. To score a hit, 1 leader symbol must be rolled. If the leader is not hit, they must evade 1, 2, or 3 back towards their own side of the battlefield. Flags rolled against the leader when alone in a hex have no effect, and the unit attacking a lone leader in close combat may not momentum advance onto the vacated hex after the leader is eliminated or evades. I imagine just attacking a single person probably doesn't have the same, kind of battlefield effect as winning a charge. Eliminating an entire unit and then charging into the gap. Oh, I just feel like he's got amazing cards here. This is just not good at all. And my rolls, I have a feeling, have been pretty brutal. I mean, and not only my rolls, but the rolls of my opponent have been especially excellent. So, yeah. And there that unit goes down. So this game's rapidly approaching its end. He's going to do a momentum advance, but hey, we'll see if we can actually do any damage with this cavalry. They've been sitting on the sidelines here. Let's see if we can darken the sky, but no one's in range. Yeah, I guess we can do double time, sure. Let's get these guys advancing forward. And oh, why is it only the one? Okay, it's fine. I may only have a couple turns left in this game, so I am just going all out with my advances. I'm going to dive deep into enemy territory here. We're going all in. We're charging up the center. Oh, look at how you can zoom in pretty nicely here. Got a nice nice view of the soldiers. It's very smooth implementation. of the game. Perhaps in some aspects better than Memoir 44. I mean, certainly Memoir 44 is done quite well also. There we go. There we go. Finally. Come on, Casualty check. Oh, what are you doing? Jeez. The leader evade. And when a leader is unattached in a hex and attached by ranged combat or close combat, but is not eliminated, they must evade. Yeah, and this was the whole idea. They must retreat 1, 2, or 3 hexes. I do not get a momentum advance. And they cannot end their movement in a hex that contains another friendly leader, impassable terrain, an enemy unit, or enemy leader, but you can move through a space that has friendly unit or friendly leader. You may evade a move through an enemy unit, which is interesting. After moving, if they share a hex with a friendly unit, they are considered attached to that unit, and you can move them off the battlefield. They will not be given a victory banner for that. And if they cannot evade at least a minimum of 1 hex, the leader is eliminated and the opponent gains a victory banner. So, okay. So here we go. We're going to take the battle to him, I think. It's time to move in double time. Let's do this. And we're just going to move up the heavy infantry into the center, as I guess. That seems pretty reasonable. Going to try and get at those archers and just move. I'm not going to worry about those 2 little infantry there. I'm going to try and surround this. Well, actually, maybe I'll just, with this damaged unit, I will take him there, and I will hit his leader there. Try and get him in some sort of a wedge, I guess. Okay, and let's attack. And we need to get some damage, and we're losing 4-1 here, so let's crush this guy. Nice. So it's 4-2 now. And yeah, let's move. Let's advance. Why not? All right, let's attack here. See how we do. Well, we forced him back, did some damage, and retreat. Forced him to retreat. I guess he couldn't retreat easily, so he had to take some additional damage. Oh, shoot. Nice. All right. This charge seems to be working. Nice. All right, let's take aim at these archers here. Be nice if we could crush them. And we did some damage again. Force them back. And now let's see about hitting this guy's leader right here. Now my big fear is that he's going to hit me big time with cavalry from both sides. Or even just charge into my weaker units. Oh, we did some real damage there. He fled through my my unit, which is interesting. I didn't realize they could flee through enemy units. And there's nowhere else to attack with momentum attacks. So interesting. So he's going to counter in the center. He doesn't have a lot of guys. I mean, I guess he's got that 1 heavy infantry. That's a bit intimidating, but I'm more worried about the cavalry along the flanks. And basically, we just kind of charged, right in there. So I don't know if this is a wise move in the grand scheme of things, but let's see. Try and get at his leader's unattached, though, so that's kind of a risky spot to be in. Oh, there he goes. He's going to nestle himself among his medium infantry. And how did he do? Did some damage. Darn it. Jeez. Disaster. Disaster! Try again. The day was won by the Carthaginian side. Yeah, that's fair to say. Bit of a sudden ending there, but anyway, I hope you enjoyed. I hope you learned a little bit about how the game works, and just walking through the tutorial with me, such that it wasn't, they kind of just throw you in there and let you figure it out to a large degree, but If you've got some familiarity with these type of games, I think you'll find it fairly straightforward. The rules are, to my mind, are pretty easily absorbed, especially if you've played other games in the series or even similar, games that are sort of this kind of scale of warfare. So anyway, I hope you gained, as I said, got some value out of this. Thanks so much for watching. I'm Nato with Legendary Tactics. Please like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.